G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Strictly Sega solo series. So over the last couple of weeks I've been pretty busy working on the big Strictly Sega episode we're doing, plus a couple of other things.
You done too much too young. You're married with a kid when you could be having fun with me.
Supposes Twinkies. Yeah baby, Twinkies.
How often do you say the word kill in this game? I like this bit. You can't jump over these bosses, you just have to go hard, hammer and tong on them, don't you? Tong. Hammer and tong, you know, like Streets of Fire. Streets of Fire.
So there's still a bit of work to go on the top 10 Saturn 4-player special that we're doing, as there's a lot of editing involved. But in the meantime, here's the top 10 Mega CD games, in my opinion anyway.
On the Mega CD episode we did back in Season 2, we talked about how the Mega CD was known at the time for its grainy videos.
Don't get cocky, kid. It's a long way to Solar City. Shoot the tubes.
And not a lot more. But now if we look back in retrospect, there was actually a pretty classic catalogue of games, and some that really pushed the boundaries of experimentation with the new medium. So here's the top 10. But before I show you this collection, I gotta say, some of these games are real tricky to get your hands on, and I've only ever owned a burnt copy, or have managed to borrow the disc from a friend. So some of these games I don't actually own the originals of. But considering I'm not actually reviewing these games, I'm going to allow me to break my own rules.
Number 10.
Now I'm going to have to include at least one grainy movie game, as it really was its flagship. So we're going to choose Wirehead by MGM. Although it had horrible grainy video, which the Mega CD was then famous for, the game also managed to have a pretty inventive original story that covered a huge variety of locations, some that even action movies would be jealous of.
Number 9!
Terminator was a nice and big run-and-gun platformer with huge, well-designed levels. Now movie titles have had a rough trot over the years and even today, but this game, although released around the same time as Terminator 2, stuck to the first movie's story, and I think in turn gave the developers the time needed to make this a pretty excellent platformer. Now as I mentioned in the game's review back in Season 2, this one just walks all over the Mega Drive version.
Number 8!
Popful Mail is a platformer with the perfect amount of RPG element to make finishing this game real fun and real challenging. This is one of those games I've had to play a burnt version of sadly, but I mean a great game is a great game. And eventually when I get my own copy, I'll take you through it and show you why I think it's so cool.
Number 7!
Well, number 7 I'm stuck for a tie between Final Fight CD, which we covered earlier, and Soulstar, which had absolutely fantastic 3D for the time. Both were very different games, but I can't tell you that I play one more than the other. I love the arcade action of Capcom's classic, and on the other hand I love the thrill of Soulstar.
Number 6!
Batman Returns is one of those games where you can say, hey, I'll show you what the Mega CD can do. They basically took the 2D platformer action from the original Batman Returns Mega Drive game and added the Mode 7 driving sections, plus CD quality music. And I gotta say, the driving bits look absolutely brilliant, and are lots of fun to play too.
Number 5.
FIFA International Soccer Championship Edition gets played a lot here, as Nick loves his soccer games as well as other sport games too. It gets played more often than the Mega Drive version due to its sound. Presented in Dolby Surround, you can really feel the crowd's atmosphere, which helps making it a great multiplayer game too.
Number 4!
Luna, the Silver Star story, is not just one of the best RPGs on the Mega CD, but also one of the best RPGs of its time in my opinion. Back when this game came out, I was too busy over on the Super Nintendo playing Link to the Past, but coming back and checking out this game recently, I found myself hooked on a nice storyline that kept me interested and its relaxed atmosphere.
Number 3!
Penn & Teller's Smoke and Mirrors was unreleased, but is definitely one for the top 10 anyway. Sadly, by 1995, Absolute Entertainment, the makers of this game, had a bomb Home Improvements on the Super NES, and had to close their doors. And considering how much money there was to be made out of the Mega CD, there just wasn't really any point in releasing this anymore. Upon finding out about Desert Bus for Hope, I became a huge fan of this game, and actually managed to trick a few friends with it too.
This is the impossible level, boys. Impossible doesn't mean very difficult. Very difficult is winning the Nobel Prize. Impossible is eating the sun.
You're too cool for us, Lou. We'll never be as cool as you are.
Sonic CD is an excellent game once you figure out the past, present and future systems. Right from the first 10 seconds you know this Sonic is going to be a big one. It's a great mix, as Sonic 1 didn't let you spin dash, and Sonic 2 was sometimes distracting with tails bobbing all around the place. That, and with its huge levels, it definitely deserves a spot number 2.
Number 1.
Snatcher is a fantastic game, with an excellent story by the producer of Metal Gear Solid. Why won't they bring this game out again? It's a Konami experience, this one definitely worth checking out. It has homage to classics like Terminator, Blade Runner, and just gaming in general, with tons of great story that sucks you right in. Gameplay that's not over challenging, and surprises around every corner. This is one of those games that once you get into it, you just can't put this game down.
Charlie does a plug. Yes,
So to wrap up this episode, we're going to do a plug quickly for Richard of RLM Audio. Now, Richard was meant to do this episode with me. We had originally talked about it, but when he bought his Mega CD, it was an absolute wreck. So he took it back to the shop and got a Saturn, as you saw in the video, and then took that back and got himself a Dreamcast, I think. So, yeah, we're still on, Richard. You haven't got out of it yet, alright? Until then, enjoy.
And we're going to go into my absolute favorite software, Vegas. I love Vegas. It's so... well, the reason why it's so simple for me is, like I said, I'm also a music producer, and Acid 6 and Vegas are like, you know, it was like just... it was the same thing, except you got video files, so knowing how to edit and mix and do everything, set it up. It came with, like, that was at the time they had that deal where it came with, like, Jet Set Radio Future, which everyone seemed to love that game, but I thought it was horrible, so I played it for 10 minutes and used it as a coaster. Then they had, then I popped open Halo, and I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. Everyone thought it was, like, the most amazing game, and I actually didn't like it to the point that I brought back the Xbox.
It works with you take your H.264 file from your camcorder, and you can convert it to MPEG, Windows Media Video, Flash, movie, anything you really want, and then it has different profiles down here. I use, for my videos from here, HD Video 720p. You click on Advanced, you make sure it's in 16:9 widescreen, and there you go. It works with Vegas 6, which I use to edit my videos with.
And I go into the gym too, and it's just all these women from like 20 to 50 are like half naked. And the thing that boggles me is I'm friends with a couple of these people that are culprits of, you know, going in there revealing, and they complain. They'll bitch to me, they'll moan, they'll cry and say, you know, I don't even like going to the gym because all these men are checking me out and bothering me. Why can't they just leave me alone? And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm just like, well, gee, let's see, maybe if your vagina wasn't popping out of your shorts,